In the village of Daulatpur, the arrival of winter operates as a ruthless economic filter. For the wealthy, the plunging temperatures are a minor inconvenience. But for families living on the absolute edge, the cold is a lethal threat that actively drains their remaining resources. Caught in this poverty trap is Gopal. Shivering in a thin cotton shirt, his hands numb from the ice water, Gopal hits a physical breaking point. Driven by survival instinct, he pours himself a single cup of his employer's tea to generate some body heat. Hirilal catches him instantly. He classifies the single missing cup as stolen inventory, immediate grounds for dismissal. He docks the cost from Gopal's final wages and casts him out into the snow. In a state of extreme poverty, the margin for survival is zero. One small cup of tea effectively costs a man his entire livelihood. Hirilal's business model relies on maximizing profit margins by relentlessly slashing overhead, specifically by exploiting vulnerable labor that lacks any bargaining power. For Gopal, the immediate reality is terrifying. He walks back to his freezing home with zero financial capital, completely cut off from the traditional economy right as the deadliest part of winter peaks. This diagram illustrates what happens when traditional markets abandon the marginalized. The rigid, top-down structure of financial capital collapses, but survival dictates that an alternative system take its place, a horizontally expanding web of social capital built on community trust and goodwill. Without a single coin to his name, Gopal begins to tap into this alternative network. He treats karma as a practical survival strategy, a system of reciprocal value that functions when cash fails. Unemployed and desperate, Gopal wanders the freezing village looking for any odd job. Along the way, he spots an elderly woman struggling under a heavy bundle of firewood. He steps in to help her carry the load back to her home. Gopal gives away his absolute last remaining asset, his physical labor, expecting no financial return. This social investment yields an immediate dividend. The old woman reveals she is too frail to care for her cow, Lakshmi. Grateful for his help, she gifts the animal to Gopal, asking only for its continued well-being. This tracks the transaction. Gopal's free labor funnels directly into a high-value asset, securing the means of production outside the banking system. Leveraging his reputation, he unlocks a microloan purely on trust, bypassing physical collateral. A strong social reputation is highly liquid. In an informal economy, trust functions as literal capital. Gopal sets up his own tea cart, operating on a vastly different startup model. He uses Lakshmi's rich, fresh milk to brew his tea, focusing on the quality of the product rather than the exploitation of the worker. The contrast in the market is immediate. Hirilal's tea is a cost-cut, generic product. Gopal's tea is rich, spiced, and high quality. Word-of-mouth marketing takes over instantly. Villagers recognize the superior taste and the warmth of Gopal's service. Hirilal's formerly trapped customers begin abandoning his shop, lining up at Gopal's small cart instead. This line graph displays the shift in Daulatpur's microeconomy. The red line representing Hirilal's monopoly plummets, intersecting with the upward spike of Gopal's startup. The widening gap illustrates a clear rule. Monopolies built on exploitation are fragile against artisans prioritizing the final product. Hirilal panics. Because he cannot compete on quality, he resorts to his only remaining advantage. He weaponizes his financial capital, paying a group of local thugs to destroy Gopal's business. This sets up the ultimate stress test. Can an economy built on community goodwill survive a physical attack funded by hard cash? The goons surround Gopal's small cart, brandishing sticks and threatening to dismantle the stall. Gopal has no security guards and no wealth to bribe them. Before the first blow falls, the lead goon catches the scent of ginger and fresh milk. He pauses, demanding that Gopal pour a round of tea before they begin their work. True craftsmanship acts as an unexpected defense mechanism. The quality of the product pauses the hostility, forcing a momentary transaction. As they drink, the tension breaks. The goons recognize the quality of the product, a stark contrast to the bitter, cheap tea Hirilal serves. They realize they are being paid to destroy the only person providing real value in the freezing cold. Their loyalties flip. The thugs march back to Hirilal's shop, return the cash, and warn him that if Gopal's stall disappears, His own business and safety disappears with it. Hiralal's strategy collapsed because cash-based loyalty is inherently weak. It is easily outbid by the authentic respect commanded by genuine community value. This network functions as a series of defensive barriers. Every positive interaction Gopal previously banked now acts as a buffer, turning a community of customers into an informal security force. Treating people with kindness and respect creates a tangible safety net. In a ruthless world, it is the most durable economic foundation a person can build.